Many people think that exercise is the deciding factor in weight loss. Yet diet is about 20 times more effective. Let's find out why. But first, we will look at why you should exercise nonetheless. Benefits of exercise: health and happiness. The so-called runner's high is an exercise-induced euphoria. If you have not experienced it yet, it is hard to describe. It feels like an incredible boost in mood and overall happiness. The runner's high is not unique to running. All kinds of sports that are strenuous enough can bring about this euphoria. Remember when you absolutely did not want to exercise, but did so anyway? How did you feel while exercising and afterwards? Probably pretty great, and you were happy that you exercised after all. Exercise has been shown to reduce your total mortality risk, especially by reducing your risk for cardiovascular mortality. You live longer and healthier. There are various reasons why exercise is healthy. Number 1. Improved blood flow. In addition to improving our heart health, exercise also helps pumping blood by muscle contraction, especially in our legs. This can counteract the negative consequences of prolonged sitting. Regardless of exercise, please move your legs at least every hour. Fidgeting also helps. And improving the blood flow to your brain reduces the risk for dementia. Number 2. Improved insulin sensitivity. Impaired insulin action is a risk factor for many diseases, including heart disease. This can affect you whether you are suffering from type 2 diabetes or not. Working out your muscles boosts their sensitivity to insulin. Number 3. Burn belly fat. Abdominal fat is associated with many deadly diseases. If you exercise while losing weight, you burn off this unhealthy belly fat much faster. Number 4. Improved bone health. Regular exercise is very important for bone health. Number 5. Improved body composition. While exercise likely has little effect on your weight, you can increase muscle mass and reduce fat mass nonetheless. Wow, so many benefits. Why then is exercise so ineffective for weight loss? Calorie balance. Calories burned by exercise. So, why is diet about 20 times more effective than exercise then? Well, we control 100% of our calorie intake by what we eat and drink. What about our calorie expenditure? A whopping 60% is burned by doing nothing at all. Another 15% is burned by heat generated by our body processing calories. This leaves only 25% burned by moving our body. However, most of that is burned by everyday activities. If you exercise 3 hours a week, which is quite a lot, only about 5% of your daily calorie expenditure is burned by exercise. In the end, 100% of your calorie intake is under your active control, but only about 5% of your calorie expenditure. Exercise just doesn't burn enough calories to be effective. Truth about exercise: hunger adaptation. But there is more. Even looking at the calories burned, exercise still seems to burn off only 30% as much fat as expected. There are a few reasons for that. One of them is hunger adaptation. Simply put, you eat more because your body does not like to lose fat. This was a great survival advantage in times of scarcity, and it's now a great disadvantage with the abundant food choices in modern society. There is a zone of regulation in which your body adapts its appetite to your exercise level. The more you exercise, the more you eat over the following days to make up for the burned calories. So unfair. There is a lower and upper limit to this zone of regulation. If the calories burned by all movement drops below the equivalent of 7,000 steps a day, your body is unable to downregulate your appetite enough, which promotes weight gain. So you should aim for at least 8 to 10,000 steps per day. To lose weight, you need to exceed the upper limit of the zone of regulation. How much exercise is necessary to exceed the capacity of your body to increase appetite, while keeping the non-exercise movement stable, so don't slug around after exercise? You need to exceed around 1,000 calories a week through exercise alone. 1000 calories are burned by about 3 hours of moderate exercise. Every calorie you burn up to 3 hours of exercise a week does not count for weight loss. Only the calories you burn on top of 3 hours of exercise a week count. This is the main factor why exercise is ineffective for weight loss. The amount of exercise is often insufficient to achieve a calorie deficit. Another pitfall of exercising for weight loss is the license to eat effect. Yes, sure, eating after exercise is completely fine. However, treating yourself with junk food or other unhealthy snacks after exercising is going to sabotage your progress. Many people overestimate the calories burned by exercise. To burn 100 calories, you need to get on your feet to walk or run about 2 kilometers, but even just one Twinkie already has 150 calories. So try not to view exercise as a license to indulge in foods that do not serve you or your health. Occasional treats are up to you, of course, but do not fall into the trap of justifying your snacking with exercise. By exercising, you are already doing something great for your body and mind. Why would you still need a reward? Best practices. How to get started. It might sound very motivating to set yourself ambitious goals, such as running a marathon in half a year. But to make exercise a long-lasting habit, start small. You do not want to overwhelm yourself right at the beginning and then give up on your goal completely. So just start by setting up your environment. If you want to run outside every morning, put your sportswear next to your bed, so that you just have to hop into them after waking up. For the sake of habit building, this might well be enough. If you want to do some exercise at home, set yourself a rule to do so. Maybe do some squats while brushing your teeth, or any other exercise right after brushing your teeth. Do you have any other habits you can attach exercise to? Best practices. How to make it easier. For some people, it is much easier to stick to their exercise routine if they are held accountable, either by telling a trusted family member or friend about their exercise routine, or by training together with someone else. If you had scheduled a training session with your friend and felt demotivated, chances are you would still show up, since you would not want to let down your friend. If you don't want to talk about your training, there are some websites that offer a kind of accountability program. It is like betting that you will stick to your exercise routine, and if you don't, you will lose a certain amount of money that you've put into that website. This can also be done alongside friends and family members. We do not have any personal experience with that, but it seems to work for some. Best practices. Exercise hacks. If you want to get the highest possible fat loss out of your exercise sessions, then exercise before breakfast, before consuming a single calorie. At this time, the glycogen stores in your muscles and liver are empty and your body will take energy from your fat reserves instead. If you do not think you will be able to exercise in the morning, then try to find a time window 6 hours after your last meal. However, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Exercise is only healthy if you actually do it. Another exercise hack you need to know is related to temperature. Exercising outside when it's really cold or swimming in cold water increases your hunger tremendously. Ever went scuba diving? Then you know what we mean. Try to exercise in a room temperature setting to keep your hunger in place. Our last video of the weight loss masterclass will be about social support. How do your friends and family influence your weight? How much does their support play a role? Let's find out next week. We hope you liked this video and are able to include some of our tips in your routine. We wish you all the best and hope to see you in our next video.